Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a tutorial on these anchor bracelets. They're so cute. This bracelet is intermediate, advanced kind of. So if you are not familiar with the different kinds of knots and how to start and end a bracelet, then this video probably isn't for you. I do have playlists for all my beginner, intermediate, and advanced bracelets on my channel, so you guys can go check those out and maybe try beginner bracelet if this is something that's going to be hard for you. I'm sorry I've kind of been a little absent. Life's just been kind of busy recently, so I'm going to try and start uploading more and filming more and stuff like that. So the reason I've been kind of absent for a while is because I was making this. If you guys follow my TikTok, then you probably have seen this already. If you don't, you should, so you can see this. But this is a little like chapstick holder. I saw someone do like a 46, or no, someone was doing like a 30, or like it was like a 26 strand candy stripe, and it like went really viral, and I was like, 26, that's it, like I've done more than that. So I was like, I'm gonna do one too. So I did 64 strings, and I just turned it into this little chapstick holder, and it can go in your bag, and it holds your chapstick, not your jewel, chapstick. So yeah, I made that. A little sneak peek, I'm also making now a 96 strand bracelet, so a little sneak peek for all my little subscribers on YouTube. If you want to see that, that should be coming out on my TikTok pretty soon. There is an FAQ in the description box, so if you have like any like type of bracelet question, check that out first before you ask it, because most likely it will be in the FAQ. Ooh, that air freshener. Ooh, it smells good. It's right there. Ooh, it smells good. Anyways. So yeah, and the pattern link and all the instructions and the steps and stuff like that will also be listed in the description box. So yeah, let's get into the video. So to make this anchor bracelet, you're going to need some embroidery floss, and the number of colors will depend on how you want your bracelet to look. This is the pattern I'm going off of, and this one is a gradient blue pattern, but you can change any of these colors. You can do all one color, two colors, whatever you want to do. It's up to you, but the number of colors you do use for the background color will make it so that the number of strings you cut will be different. So in this pattern, every single blue is a different shade, so there's 7 different color blues here, meaning you have to cut 7 individual strings of 7 different colors of blue, which I think we don't really have. I know I don't have 7 shades of blue, so I'm only using 4 shades of blue, but I still need to cut 7 strings out of my 4 shades. So I need a total of 7 strings, so that means I will have to cut 1 string for some colors and 2 strings for some other colors. So I've decided how many strings I want for each of my colors. So these 3 here are going to get 2 strings, meaning I'm going to cut a wingspan's length to fold them in half to get 2 strings in total. And then this string will only get 1 string, meaning once I folded my wingspan length strings in half to get half my wingspan, I will then cut 1 more string that is half my wingspan's length to get 7 strings in total. For my advanced people out there, you'll probably understand this more than others, but if you don't understand this at all, then just use the guidelines that I'm doing. Pick 4 colors, and then 3 of your colors you'll cut a wingspan's length, and then 1 color you'll cut half a wingspan's length. Then you're going to need your anchor color. I'm using white, and for this you'll also need 7 strings, so we're going to cut 3 strings at a wingspan's length, and then we're going to fold those in half to get half our wingspan, and then cut 1 more string that is half your wingspan. So to visualize that, I have my 3 shades of blue. These strings will all have 2 strings in the bracelet. So I have a wingspan's length here. I'm going to go ahead and fold those in half. So now I have 2 of each color, so I have 6 total strings, but I still need 1 more to have 7. So then my last color only has 1 string, and I'm just going to cut that the length of half my wingspan. So now I have 7 total strings of my background color. The anchor color isn't used like too much in the bracelet, so it could be a bit shorter than a wingspan if you want to save your thread, but you'll need to cut 3 strings at a wingspan's length of your anchor color. Then fold that in half, so you have 6 total strings. And now the string is the length of half your wingspan. And with that new length, you will cut 1 more string. That's half your wingspan. That is the string cutting process. I apologize if that was somewhat confusing. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Once you have your background colors and your anchor colors, all cut, you can go ahead and group those together and start your bracelet. I think I already mentioned this as well, but you can use all one color for the background if you don't want to do this whole gradient mess. Just cut 7 strings of whatever color you want to use. You can do 2 separate colors, so cut 4 strings of one color, 3 strings of another color, whatever. It's up to you, but thought I'd just do a gradient because it's cute, but of course I'm making it harder for myself. But anyways, once your bracelet is started and taped down and you're ready to go, this is how your strings should be set up for your bracelet. You are just alternating your background and your anchor color every time. If you have your gradient, you can decide what way your gradient will go. I'm doing darkest to lightest from left to right. If you have all one color, then it doesn't really matter. If you have 2 colors and whatever, you can even like do like stripes. That'd be kind of cool. Anyways, so mine goes blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, blue, white. So this is a 1-2 pattern, as you probably could tell from this pattern here, and I pretty much only do 1-2 patterns. So yeah, we work in pairs with 1-2 patterns. So we're gonna go ahead and pair up our strings. And similar to the cactus bracelet here, this entire bracelet is just forward, backward, or backward, forward knots. So if there's ever a point in this bracelet where you have 2 strings of the same color next to each other, then that means you did something wrong. For this entire first row, we're gonna do an entire row of forward, backward knots. Okay, so after that mess, now we're on row 2. And for row 2, we're gonna leave out our very outer 2 strings and repair up those strings. And this is an entire row of backward, forward knots. Now for row 3, we'll bring back in those outer 2 strings and repair up all of our other strings. Y'all don't know how much I hate having to say that every single time. Oh my god, like, should I stop saying it in these advanced videos? Because like I hope by now y'all know to pair your strings up. Anyways, row 3. For row 3, our first 3 pairs on the left are going to be forward backward knots. The 4th knot will be a backward forward. And then the final 3 knots will be forward backwards. Row 4, we'll leave out our outer 2 strings. This entire row is backward forward. Row 5, we'll bring back in the outers and include those in our pairs. For this row, our first 2 pairs are going to be forward backward knots. The next 3 pairs are going to be backward forwards. And then the last 2 pairs on this row are going to be forward backwards. For the 6th row, we're going to leave out the outer 2 strings. This entire row is backward forward knots. Okay, row 7, we'll bring back in the outers when we repair our strings. First 3 pairs are going to be forward backwards. The 4th pair will be a backward forward. And then the last 3 pairs will be forward backwards. So for rows 8 and 9, we're just gonna literally repeat rows 6 and 7 again. So for row 8, I'm gonna leave out the outer 2 strings, and this entire row is gonna be backward forward knots. And then for row 9, we're going to repeat row 7 again. So the first 3 pairs are forward backwards. The 4th pair is going to be a backward forward. And the last 3 pairs will be forward backwards. If your bracelets start to kind of look weird, just tape that sucker down. For row 10, we're going to leave out the outer 2 strings. First pair is a backward forward. Second pair is a forward backward. Next 2 pairs are backward forwards. Fifth pair is a forward backward. And then the 6th pair is a backward forward. Row 11, we'll bring back in the outer strings. First 3 pairs are going to be forward backwards. Fourth pair is going to be a backward forward. And then the last 3 pairs will be forward backwards. For row 12, we're going to leave out the outer 2 strings. First pair is a backward forward. Second pair is a forward backward. Next 2 pairs are backward forwards. Fifth pair is a forward backward. And the 6th pair is a backward forward. For row 13, we'll bring back in the outer 2 strings. First 2 pairs are forward backwards. Next 3 pairs are backward forwards. And then the last 2 pairs are forward backwards. For the 14th and final row, we're going to leave out the very outer 2 strings. And this entire row is backward forward knots. And we did it! The pattern's all done, and now wait for the big reveal. Ta-da! So just repeat this from step 1, and there's your anchor bracelet. So here's my finished bracelet. I messed up on this one, and I was too lazy to fix it, so I'm gonna try and use a white gel pen. I just used a white gel pen, and you can't even tell. Okay, anyways. So yeah, that is my finished anchor bracelet, and then I also made this rainbow anchor bracelet, and to do this one, I just did 7 different single strings instead of the whatever blue I did. So that's also an option you guys can do. And I was also thinking you can do like a bordered one if you wanted to, by just doing the 2 outer strings the same color and then the inner strings, the background color, the same color. So that's like an option if you guys wanted to do a bordered anchor bracelet. But yeah, that's that. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Follow all of my social medias in the description box, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Why did I do ew?